Two outstanding quarterbacks in the wide spectrum of this country face off as Drew Lock goes to Tuscaloosa to take on the Alabama Crimson Tide and Tua Tagovailoa. As welcome in, guys, I am Bash here bringing you this presentation of college football, SEC football, that is. Here for the SEC. Oh, shoot, I forgot something. SEC fans, don't get mad. I'm going to do something real quick to the slide so you guys will see this done. Don't be salty. Don't be salty. It's okay. It'll be okay. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Bash here, as I have previously said. So I'm trying to find. Alright, that'll work. Let's see. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a little bit of a zoom. The actual logo will look better. Actually, that doesn't look that bad. Let's see if I can find the actual logo, though. So I'm going to play around with this. I'll be right back. Stay tuned here as we'll go over the projected starters for today's game. If we do end up having time, we got 10 minutes approximately until kick, maybe more like 15. There's a bunch of games going on right now. Texas A&M just sealed it up against South Carolina. Washington, Oregon's going down to the wire. Baylor and Texas is down to the wire as well. So a lot of close games right now. It looks like Georgia's about to lose big to LSU. Another big road loss for Georgia. Last year they had a big road loss against Auburn. But we'll be back. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Alabama taking on Missouri here. Bottom line ticker is going to show these games that aren't started, even though they say first quarter, they are not started. And they will not start as West Virginia, Iowa State is supposed to start at the same time as this ball game. And it is a scheduled 8 o'clock, but that will probably be about 15-20 minute delay for the Michigan-Wisconsin game. So they are probably going to be a quarter and a half behind. As I think Michigan State, Penn State's also going down to the wire. So let's go ahead and let's go to the starting lineups for today. The projected starting lineups by ourlads.com. All the NCAA depth charts and rosters you can find here at ourlads.com. For the home offense for Alabama. Let's go to Alabama. I clicked on the wrong team. All right. So the projected depth chart is going to be starting at quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, the true sophomore. Behind him is senior running back Damian Harris. And the tight end into the game is going to be Hale Hintages, with the H-back and tight end also being listed as Irvin Smith Jr. At wide receiver, you got Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, and Devontae Smith. On the offensive line, starting with the left side, you got tackle Jonah Williams and guard Lester Cotton. And on the right side, you got tackle Jedrick Willis and guard Alex Leatherwood, with the center being Ross Pierschbecker. Missouri, on defense, have defensive ends Chris Turner and Trey Williams, with Terry Beckner Jr., the defensive tackle, standout, and Walter Palmore is going to be the nose tackle. That front four makes up for the lack of talent in the secondary, which in the linebacking core, led by Terez Hall on the weak side linebacker, and the strong side linebacker is Brandon Lee. Middle linebacker is Cale Garrett, and in the secondary, you got cornerbacks DeMarcus Acey and Adam Sparks. Strong safety is going to be Cam Hilton, and the free safety is going to be Khalil Oliver as they go ahead and get set to take on Alabama. On offense for the Missouri Tigers, Drew Lock, the senior quarterback who came back this year, with sophomore running back Larry Roundtree going to start at running back, but Damare Crockett is going to get some playing time, with tight end Albert Okwuegbunam is going to be the tight end. Wide receiver Jalen Knox and Cam Scott, with the slot guy going to be Jonathan Johnson. And now on the offensive line, all five returning from last year. Left side of it, you got Yasir Durant at tackle and the guard Kevin Pendleton. On the right side for Missouri, you got tackle Paul Adams and the guard Trevor Wallace Sims. And at center, you got Tristan Colin Castillo. And now they will be going up against a talented defense, but still rather decently young, with Isaiah Buggs and Raekwon Davis, the defensive ends, and the nose guard being Quinnen Williams. At the jack, you got Anthony Jennings, and the strong linebackers Christian Miller, the weak side linebacker Dylan Moses, and the middle linebacker Mac Wilson. Cornerbacks for today is going to be Trayvon Diggs and Savion Smith. And, sorry, I heard earlier this week that Savion Smith is out, or Diggs. Maybe it's Diggs. So keep an eye out for Patrick Surtain Jr. to get in the ball game. But Deontay Thompson may be the most talented player, if not the most talented with experience player in this secondary. The free safety that flies all over the place. And Xavier McKinney, the strong safety, with the star being a nickel-type player, Shaheem Carter. Special teams for the home team, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Punter is going to be Skyer DeLong, and Joseph Bolivis is going to be the place kicker. Thomas Fletcher, the long snapper. Holder is going to be Tua Tagovailoa. Trayvon Diggs and Jalen Waddle is going to be your punt returners, and Waddle is expected to be a kick returner with Joshua Jacobs, and maybe you'll see Trayvon Diggs as well in there. Missouri special teams, you got Corey Fatoni as the senior punter, and Tucker McCann is going to be the junior at place kicker. The long snapper is going to be Drew Wise, and Corey Fatoni is also going to be the holder. Jonathan Johnson, the punt returner. Rashad Floyd is going to be the other punt returner. Tyler Beatty, the true freshman kick returner, and Larry Roundtree is also a kick returner, and Corey Fatoni is going to send the ball deep. Injuries for Missouri, you got Messiah Swinson, Rashad Floyd is questionable for today, and Noah Robinson. For Alabama, definitely a notable one here, Terrell Lewis, Chris Allen, Daniel Wright, and I was right about Trayvon Diggs, so expect to see the young freshman Patrick Surtain in the game, Trayvon Diggs, and Kedrick James. So that is the starting lineups for today. So I will see you guys following this break. Make sure you guys comment, let me know. This is going to be a play-by-play broadcast of Missouri at 1 Alabama. In Tuscaloosa, you are listening to Bash CFB Network live. covering some SEC football on this Saturday evening. Welcome back. I am waiting on an update here to see when Texas and Baylor is going to end. Charlie Brewer's got another shot for the Baylor Bears to win the game, but he's got 97 yards with 1:43 and no timeouts left. But I'm waiting. This isn't a game I'm going to, live broadcast like it was last time. I want to get straight into this game because I know kickoff is not going to be cutting it close on what's going to happen. So, Missouri at Alabama, I'm trying to figure out when the kickoff is going to be for Missouri and Alabama. It's listed to start coverage at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which it is right now. So, I'm waiting on a station update on how that's going. Right now, 24-24, Washington driving, trying to get a game-tying field goal. As we might be going to ESPN News to start this one. Could be wrong, but let's go ahead and see. And then again, at the top of the hour, I believe, is Virginia Tech in North Carolina. On ESPN News, come to think about it. So I'm pretty positive there's a game on ESPN News. But like I said, thank you guys for tuning in. This is Bash CFB Network, as we are going to have a quality football game coming up here for you guys with the Missouri Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. A lot of channel traffic when I get the Alabama Crimson Tide on my channel. I figured why not broadcast what could possibly be the closest game they've had all year. Definitely going to be closer than they've had in the past. So it'll be very fun to watch Alabama and Tua Tagovailoa throughout this whole game, or at least through the first 2 or 3 quarters of the game. I don't know how long we're going to see Tua. I don't know how competitive Missouri is going to be. Missouri was competitive at home against Georgia for a while, took Georgia kind of to the brink. But that was not going to last long as an impressive kind of game for them, because Georgia is about to fall to LSU. Last I checked, and I could be mistaken right now, but last I checked, it's 29-9. LSU has a lead over Georgia in the fourth quarter. So a 37-yard attempt for Washington is what I'm keeping an eye on right now. Oh, that's a 7:30 kick, so it'll probably be 7:45 when Wisconsin-Michigan kicks off. So I'll make sure to give live updates to those 2 games on the bottom line. You got West Virginia, Iowa State out of Big 12, a game a lot of people, including myself, circled as a possible upset in Michigan, Wisconsin. Even though Michigan's massive favorites, it's not a massive, or not necessarily massive, but even though Michigan is the favorite to win that game by a pretty good margin, Wisconsin winning would not be that big of a surprise. Let's just see if Washington will win the game on this field goal. 37-yarder, kind of right down the middle. This would really hurt for Oregon to lose this one. It is hooked. They're going to overtime. Wow. Overtime in Autzen Stadium after a hooked field goal for Washington. So that's a game that SEC fans could possibly keep an eye on, because I know how the allegiance is with SEC fans, and I guarantee you if you guys comment, I will see some of that SEC type. But that's probably the best team in the Pac-12, maybe losing to Oregon. But if Washington can pull it off, they are going to be easily the favorites to win their division in the Pac-12 North if they can pull off that win in Autzen Stadium. So Washington lost to Auburn, and Auburn's looking like the 5th best team right now in the West. Just in the West, not even in the conference, in the West, as they lost today to Tennessee. And that was a massive upset that took place here today. So I'm going to look for a kickoff time for Alabama, Missouri, because I am struggling to find any station. It is supposed to be 7 o'clock. So I'm right on with that notion that it's supposed to be on here in any minute. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys comment. Make sure you guys definitely subscribe and like this video, and listen to the broadcast that I'm bringing you. This is Bash CFB Network with SEC football and football around the country. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Welcome back, as this is Bash CFB Network here, bringing you this presentation of Missouri at #1 Alabama. In Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the Alabama Crimson Tide are favored by 28 points as of now, and that will probably be the final line for today, as I am awaiting a kickoff for this game, but there is yet to be a kickoff for the Alabama Crimson Tide and the Missouri Tigers. as Penn State 17, Michigan State 14. That one's going down to the wire. Baylor's got one more shot, it looks like, to beat Texas. They are at the Texas 17. So let's see if Texas can hold here. That's the game right before Alabama and Missouri. And I'm going straight to ESPN, and maybe this will actually time out perfectly. So here we go. 1 second left for Baylor. Matt Rule trying to pull off his first monumental upset at Baylor. That's what we are looking at now. Go Buckeyes. We got a Buckeye fan in here. Getting ready to listen to Missouri at Alabama. Thank you for tuning in, Fake Karen. So here's Charlie Brewer. 17 yards separates him from a massive upset. He's got pressure to the left side. Brewer heaves it. End zone, out of the back of the end zone. Texas is going to win. Charlie Brewer heaves it to the end zone as he is chased down and just cannot complete a pass. So Texas will survive. Texas coming off a monumental win a week ago against their arch rivals, the Oklahoma Sooners. So as I said, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it as we are about to get the kickoff any moment now of Missouri at Alabama, which is what all of you guys are here for. As very surprised to see, considering Baylor 2 weeks ago had allowed Oklahoma to score 66, and then on the flip side, Baylor scored 33. And Texas was able to score 48 on Oklahoma a week ago. For this game to be this low scoring at 23-17. But like I said, Texas holds. And we are just going to be waiting. Missouri at Alabama. Coming up next. Alabama taking the walk of champions out of those buses and walk into Bryant-Denny Stadium as here come the Crimson Tide out onto the field. This is the SEC on Bash CFB Network. Welcome. Official that we are about to begin this ball game between the Missouri Tigers and the Alabama Crimson Tide. The 6-0 Alabama Crimson Tide getting an opening win against Louisville and also getting wins against Arkansas State and then a road test against Mississippi, showing Mississippi's not all that good. Texas A&M was their closest test as they only win that game by 22. As Louisiana Lafayette and Arkansas relatively easy wins. Arkansas, though, did take Alabama kind of to a little bit of a test, but Alabama stepped on the pedal in the third quarter, and they were able to pull Tua. He has not played a snap yet in a fourth quarter this season. On the other side, you got Missouri. Tennessee Martin in Wyoming, easy wins to start the season. Then a game-winning field goal at Purdue. They lost to Georgia by 2 touchdowns, but on a bye, and then lost South Carolina in a rainstorm by 2. So this is going to be fun. Missouri to kick off, and we will see Tua Tagovailoa onto the field first. Jalen Waddle to return for the Alabama Crimson Tide, the speedy freshman. Missouri did say that they wanted to go against Missouri in the Gold Rush helmets and the Gold Rush pants and the white jerseys as the classic crimson and white. Take it from the 2-yard line, and there he goes out to the left side. It's Jacobs, and down at the 19. Good kick coverage here by the Missouri Tigers, taken down by Ronell Perkins. So here comes Tua Tagovailoa in the Alabama offense. Improvement at tight end. They did not look good last year following the departure of O.J. Howard, but looking better with Hales, Hintage, and Irvin Smith. So here's Tagovailoa. Two guys wide left, one guy wide left. Hikes the ball. Play action. Back to throw. Throws deep. Devontae Smith. Incomplete. Intended there for Smith, as this one is covered very well by the defensive back Christian Holmes, the sophomore, and that's as good start as you can think of for Missouri, as this one just now getting kicked off. Second down and 10, 14:50 to go in the first quarter. Only 10 seconds ticked off. Two guys wide on each side. Main in motion is Smith at the right side of Tagovailoa. Play action, back to throw. Tagovailoa, nowhere to go. Throws, deep ball, has a man. It's caught! It's straight at the 20, 10. Jerry Jeudy, touchdown, Alabama! What a start. Alabama, 23 seconds off the clock in a Jerry Jeudy 81-yard touchdown. Already scoring. They have scored on every opening possession. Snap good and the kick is good. 7-0. But I heard that Tua Tagovailoa had a knee strain. It does not look like it. Look at him go through his progression. Left to right and got a man deep on the post. And it's Jerry Jeudy just completely burning the safety, Cam Hilton. In a big play for the Alabama Crimson Tide. As touchdown Alabama, it's Jerry Jeudy from Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa is 1 for 2 to start this ball game off and already has a touchdown through 2 plays. Opening drives, each time a touchdown, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have scored under 2 minutes into the game. Every single ball game, that is what you want. Bolivis to send this one deep, as Damare Crockett is deep to return for Missouri. And Bolivis is going to send this one deep. Taking a knee. It's Tyler Beatty. So here comes the other quarterback a lot of people talk about in the SEC. It is Drew Lock. Drew Lock is homegrown from Lee's Summit, Missouri. This 6'4", 225 senior who passed up on the opportunity to go into the NFL. Now, also big, 3 touchdowns and 430-yard receiver Emmanuel Hall is supposed to be out, and he is out for today. 3 guys wide left, 1 guy to the right side of Drew Lock with man in the backfield to the left side of him as the running back is Roundtree. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Roundtree going to bust forward, and Roundtree's powering out to a gain of 6 out to the 31 as he is met at near the line of scrimmage by Saban Smith, the junior defensive back. But Drew Lock, 10,182 pass yards, 82 pass touchdowns, both second in school history. Takes the ball back to throw. Lock looking right. Lock got him. Man, picked off. Saban Smith out to the 40. Smith to the 20. Smith up the sideline. Got a block, and he's down at the 2. Alabama football. Saban Smith. He was literally hiding under the receiver. I couldn't even see Saban Smith, and then he comes up with the ball. I believe that was the 6'7" Justin Smith. Oh, no. Gosh, no, it was not. It was Albert Okwuegbunam. 2-yard line
First and goal, Alabama. You know, anyone who said that this game was going to be close, they got early reason to go back on that, and he stepped out of bounds at the 14, hikes the ball, here's a handoff to Harris, and he's going to get a gain of about 3, second and 7 coming up here for Alabama. 14 tackles, 2 interceptions this season for Saban Smith, the junior defensive back. Second and 8 coming up here. Strong eye formation. One guy wide right, one guy wide left. Man in motion. Now hikes the ball. Play action. Back to the throw. Tagovailoa looking into it. Tagovailoa's throwing to the corner. Incomplete. Overthrows Henry Ruggs. As on coverage there was DeMarcus Acey. Third and 8 coming up here for Alabama in the red zone. Tua Tagovailoa this season, he may not be perfect anymore, but still very good on third down. This is big, 59% on third down, which is third in the FBS. Trips to the right side, bunched near the right hash as middle of the field is Tagovailoa. Man in motion is Judy, and back to the right side. Hikes the ball back to throw. Throws end zone, incomplete. Devontae Smith, not Saban Smith, wrong Smith, the intended receiver. Tua Tagovailoa throws another incompletion. He's only 1 for 4 to start this ball game. Michigan State's Brian Lewerke, 19 seconds to go, scores a touchdown. Penn State is down by 4 with 19 seconds to go. So here's Joseph Bulovis. 62.5% the true freshman is this season. Mac Jones to hold. Snap good, kick on the way and right through 30 yards for Bulovis. 13:07 to go, 10-0 Bama. You're a Bama fan, you are happy. We'll be right back. Welcome back as Michigan State has officially pulled off the upset. Failed Hail Mary attempt by Trace McSorley trying to buy time, and it's batted away by Michigan State. So maybe this has to say something about the Big Ten either being weak or strong. I don't know. I mean, Minnesota took Ohio State, not necessarily to the wire, but definitely gave them a test for 3.5 quarters. Northwestern looking pretty good as of late, competing with Michigan, beating Michigan State, and beating Nebraska today. For what that's worth, for Nebraska team right now, 0-6. But you also have Michigan State beating Penn State today. That might be huge. Because Penn State could have possibly been a team to win it all. Or could have made the playoff. Not anymore. 2 losses, both at home. Tough for Penn State to go through and Trace McSorley. Just a couple of really close games against Ohio State, Michigan State. Again, they lost by 3 to Michigan State and 1 by Ohio State last year. This year, it's 1 to Ohio State, 4 to Michigan State. Maybe those are the only losses. We don't know. Michigan and Penn State have yet to play. So here's the kick, sending it deep. It's taking it from near the goal line to the right side. Nowhere to go, out to the 19. There was Beatty. Now here comes Drew Lock following his interception on the second play of offense. It's Felton Davis getting the 25-yard touchdown. And Oregon wins in overtime, 30-27. Jake Browning. Playoff hopes are gone, but Oregon may be a playoff contender, maybe the last hope for the Pac-12. You got Colorado, of course, you could make a statement if they keep winning. Man in motion, 2 tight ends in the game. Mike's the ball. Here's the handoff left side and nowhere to go. Damare Crockett. Nowhere to go. So here's Tristan Colin Castillo going up against Quinnen Williams. A very big matchup in the middle that is going to be key to keeping Drew Lock protected today. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right on the right hash mark for Lock in the pistol formation with a man behind him and an Alberto. Motion to the right side, hikes the ball. Here's the handoff right side and nowhere to go, only gaining 1 yard. This time giving it to a new running back for Missouri, Jalen. It says Jalen Knox, but I don't think it was handed off to Jalen Knox. Was it? He's a wide receiver, Jalen Knox is. Third and 12, Drew Lock. Man to the left side of him, it probably was Damare Crockett. Man to the left is Damare Crockett. 2 guys wide on each side on the right hash for Drew Lock at the 17-yard line of Missouri. Hikes the ball back to throw. Lock steps up, throws over the middle. It's brought down. A big catch here by Alberto Quegbanam. And it's a first down for Missouri on a 3rd and long against Alabama. It's got to give Drew Lock a little bit of confidence there. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. And nowhere to go again. This one to Crockett yet again. And it'll be a 2nd down and 9. They're going to give him 2 yards here. Wow. Looked to me as if he only got 1. So 2nd and 9 coming up. Beatty's in the backfield. But Albert Okwegbanam, one of the top tight ends, if not the top tight end in the SEC. And Beatty is in the backfield. 2 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Okwegbanam motion to the left side. Hikes the ball back to throw. Throws underneath. Miscommunication as the intended receiver here, Jonathan Johnson, just kept running. Didn't look for the ball as he was running through the flats on a drag. As he completely crossed the field here. It looks like he's just running a simple in, maybe a little bit of a drag, but 11 touchdowns and 1 interception in the first 2 games. The last 2 games, or first 3 games, last 2 games for Drew Lock, 0 touchdowns and an interception. 3 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right with the man to the right side is Crockett on 3rd and 8 for Lock. Lock sends Crockett to the left side. Now he goes back to the right side, and a timeout needing to be burned as the play clock was ticking out for Missouri. $10-0 Alabama. as you are listening to Bash CFB Network on some SEC football play-by-play here on this Saturday evening. Stay tuned as we will be right back. Welcome back to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. This is Bash CFB Network bringing you this presentation of SEC football on our network here live play-by-play broadcast. Here we go. It's a 3rd and 8 coming up from Missouri. Back to throws locked. Swinging it out to Crockett. It's batted down at the line. Incomplete. Anthony Jennings makes a huge play and gets a hand on the football. So on to punt is Corey Fatoni. Jalen Waddle to return. As here's the punt as Waddle standing back, having to back up all the way to his 11 where he fair catches it. So 89 yards for Tua Tagovailoa to work with. With a short field, he didn't capitalize. With a long field, he did. Tua Tagovailoa threw an 81-yard strike. He didn't throw the ball 81 yards, but an 81-yard touchdown pass to Jerry Jeudy in off of a interception, almost taken to the house, but stepped out of bounds and was brought down for Alabama, led to an Alabama field goal as Tua Tagovailoa went 0 for 2 on that drive. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned for Alabama. Hikes the ball. Here's a handoff left side. Jacob bouncing it outside. Jacob's getting out to the 15 and diving to the 16. And my apologies, we are not going to break. So 2nd down and 6 coming up here. 10:26 to go in the first quarter. Alabama with the ball, 10-0. A chance to really blow this game away in the first quarter. Pistol formation, hikes the ball. Play action, back to throw. Throws on the screen. It's going to be caught, and he's got the left side. Up the sideline, 40, 50, 40, 30 all the way. John Henry Ruggs. Touchdown, Alabama. There is a flag on the field. So we're going to hold off on the points for a second. And it looks like it's coming back, as I believe they're going to get Devontae Smith on a holding call. And indeed they do. Devontae Smith gets called on a holding, and that takes away the Henry Ruggs touchdown pass on the screen from Tua Tagovailoa. And yeah, he got his shirt. I mean, look, a little bit. I don't know if it necessarily affected it, but I think it wasn't necessary for Devontae Smith. So, it's a holding call, but it's unfortunate because it probably wouldn't have happened like that, folded out like that if he didn't grab the jersey. Two guys wide left, a tight end to the right side. Two tight ends to the right side of Tagovailoa. Man in motion with a man to the right side and the right hash. Strikes the ball back to throw. Here's Tagovailoa throwing over the middle, incomplete. Intended there for Hale Hentages. And it'll be a 3rd and 8. Another flag down, though. Kevin Williamson, the referee out of the SEC, this SEC crew in this SEC football game. Let's see what it is. And this is a face mask call on Jedrick Willis. Half the distance to the goal. The right tackle, Jedrick Willis, grabbing a face mask. Yeah, it went straight for it. As a pass to Henches was broken up. Was too high, and they declined it, so it's 3rd and 8. Hikes the ball back to throw. Pressure coming from Missouri. Throws, and that was a mistake. As it's caught by Jerry Jeudy on the out to the left side, and he's chopped down at the 35. They're marking him at the 36. Finally brought down by Cam Hilton. And I don't know why they didn't accept the penalty. Move him halfway back to the goal. You got 2 downs to get off the field instead of 8 yards. In this explosive Alabama offense, you could have possibly got off the field. Now Alabama with all the momentum. Ace formation here, 2 tight ends, 1 on each side of Tagovailoa on the left hash. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff left side, and there goes Jacobs out to the 45. Jacobs smashing forward out to the 47 where he gets out of bounds. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 into Missouri territory for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama here sitting at 6-0 at home. As Najee Harris checks in the game following that big run by Joshua Jacobs. Taken down to 9:20 in the first quarter. 1st and 10 coming up. Tagovailoa back to throw. Looking left. Tagovailoa throws in the flats. It's caught. Devontae Smith makes a man miss, and he is hit hard. About a yard or 2 short, and they're going to mark it a yard short of that 1st down. Devontae Smith smacked there by DeMarcus Acey. And there'll be a 2nd and 1 coming up here for Tua Tagovailoa in the Alabama offense. Trips to the left side. Sorry, 2 tight ends to the right, 2 tight ends to the, or 2 guys wide left. I can't speak. Man to the right side of Tagovailoa. Back to throw. Tagovailoa is going to step up. He's under pressure. Ball came out. Alabama's got it. No, Missouri's got it at the 46. Tagovailoa fumbles it in Missouri territory, and it's recovered. And Tagovailoa gets smacked, and the ball is just jarred loose. Pressure coming about a 5. Oh, just a crosser. And that was just a good design by the defensive coordinator here. And the defensive play call was perfect as Kobe Whiteside was able to go ahead and smack that ball away. No doubt in my mind, there was no clear recovery by Tagovailoa. It just came out, and this one's recovered by Missouri. So here we go. 1st and 10. Man in motion. Hikes the ball. Play action. Back to throw. Lock going to throw in the flat, and it's too low. Incomplete for Jonathan Jefferson. Jonathan and Johnson. Excuse me. 2nd and 10 coming up here. 2nd and 10. Great field positioning from Missouri, but Locke is already 1 for 5 and 23 yards for an interception as well. But that was a big throw on the 3rd down, 23 yards. 2 tight ends to the right side, man in motion. Hikes the ball, here's the handoff up the middle in a nice hole, almost breaking that, but getting a gain of 9. There is the new running back into the game, Larry Roundtree, and it'll be a 3rd and 1 coming up here for Drew Lock in the Missouri offense. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right with the man to the right side as a tight end, but it's not Albert Okwigbonon. Man to the left side of Lock is Roundtree. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff to Roundtree. He's got a 1st down and moving forward for a nice gain out to the 33-yard line. And it'll be a 1st and 10 coming up here for the Tigers. 1st and 10, 1 guy to the tight end to the right side, 2 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Man to the left side is going to be Roundtree. Hikes the ball, gives it to their workhorse, and he's going to get stopped after a gain of 1 is Roundtree. And it'll be a 2nd and 9 with 7.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter. And if you're Missouri, with Locke struggles in the last couple of games, you would expect a lot more running because Crockett and Roundtree have been the catalyst, essentially, to Missouri's success against South Carolina and Georgia offensively. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff to Roundtree, and he is stopped in the backfield for a big loss and a big play by Raekwon Davis. 3rd and long coming up here for Drew Lock is pulling with both guards. Just getting open here was Raekwon Davis, and a loss of about 4 or 5 yards out to the 38 is a loss of 5. 3rd and 11. 3rd and 14. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit closer. But 3rd and 14 coming up here from Missouri. 2 for 3 on 3rd downs today. Lock in the shotgun. Hikes the ball back to throw. Lock looking right. Lock stands in the middle and throws. It's caught. Okwegbunom. Short of the 1st down, a couple yards short. I think Missouri is going to kick a field goal. "43 yards for Tucker McCann, who's hit a 57-yarder before. In a tough environment, let's see if McCann can put it through. 5:45 left to go. Timeout, Missouri. Timeout before the play clock ran out for Missouri. I saw. And they called it a delay of game. That's going to make this field goal. Okay, they gave him the timeout. I was about to say, as we are going to go to break real quick. Stay tuned for more college football action. Bash, CFB Network, SEC football. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more from this ball game. Games that went final within the last hour. We're going to start with Texas A&M, South Carolina. Texas A&M holds South Carolina as the Aggies win 26-23, boosting Alabama's resume a little bit. That's already pretty weak to the point. LSU 36, Georgia throttled, as it seems, as they lose by 20, 36-16 on the road in Death Valley. Oregon wins in overtime on a walk-off touchdown, 30-27, as knocking off Washington and getting their playoff hopes hurt for sure. Purdue dominates Illinois by a score of 46-7. Michigan State scores on the game-winning touchdown against Penn State on the road for Penn State's second home loss. Trace McSorley, prior to this season, has not lost at home in 2 years as a starter. Texas holds off against Baylor to try to preserve their top 10 ranking. Army 52, San Jose State 3, Charlotte 40, Western Kentucky 14. A little bit of a shocker by the wide margin of that score. Marshall 42, Old Dominion 20. UCF holds on against Memphis in a game that was very close to a loss for the defending national champs. I know you Alabama fans don't like to hear it. It's just a joke. Calm down. But UCF holds off Memphis 31-30. Temple 24, Navy 17, Northern Illinois 24, Ohio 21, Colorado State 20, New Mexico 18, and Utah State 59, UNLV 28. So here's Tucker McCann with the 43-yard attempt coming up for McCann. McCann, snap good, kick on the way, and hits it. And Missouri Five and a half minutes, 5:31 specifically to go in this first quarter. So here it comes the kick. Barry Odom, as the head coach here at Missouri, was very confused. I saw him talking to the referee about something prior to the kick. I wonder if that was what it was, trying to call a timeout. Here's the kick, sending it deep. As here's Joan Jacobs taking it from near the goal line, now out to the right side, and Jacobs is going to be forced out. Joshua Jacobs at the 22. I think they're going to mark it at 23, and that's where the line judge is going to put it. So Tagovailoa made a mistake here with a fumble, takes a big hit on the last possession. How do you feel if you're Alabama's offense going back out on the field? Do you try to get Tagovailoa in a rhythm right away, or kind of say, okay, we've tried to have him throw the ball. He's had a little bit of success, but not as much as we like. We're going to go ahead and run the ball a little bit down Missouri's throat and set up the pass. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left, man in motion. Hikes the ball. Here's a pop pass. Devontae Smith to the left side. He's breaking a tackle, and Smith is brought down at the 21, a loss of 2. A big tackle here by Terry Beckner, and this is the first time we're calling Beckner's name here today, the senior defensive lineman. The only time trailing 1 minute and 10 seconds for Alabama, and that was Ole Miss, and they were down 7-0. Guess what the final score was? 62-7. So yeah, they literally just struggled on the first possession. Hikes the ball back to throw. Tagovailoa hits Smith over the middle, and it's going to be caught in a first down out to about the 41-yard line for Alabama. So that was just a timing route right there between the quarterback and the receiver. Wants to pull that one out and threw that ball with his left hand. it came out clean and right into the hands of Devontae Smith. I wonder how many times they've worked on that. As I believe there was an injury on the field. Michael Locksley, the first season as the offensive coordinator following the departure of Matt Dabo. 1st and 10, 4:35. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff to the left side, and Harris is breaking tackles, and he's going to get all the way out to about the 48, getting a first down into Missouri territory, as Lee was the injured Tiger on that last play, by the way. Brandon Lee, the senior linebacker out of Indianapolis, went to Lawrence Central High School, Power in Indiana. Alabama 15 plays for 159 yards today. 1st and 10, fakes the pop pass, now hands it to Damian Harris on the left side. Harris got a lane, and Harris breaking tackles out to the 29, where he is finally swung down by Williams. And a big first down for Alabama here. Running to that left side, just no one really stopping him. So here we go. 1st and 10 coming up here. 32 yards on only 3 rushes for Damian Harris. 3 guys wide right. Man in motion now. Hikes the ball. Here's the – it's a throw. It's a screen. And it's going to be caught by Harris. And out to about the 17. Jalen Hurts into the game throwing the ball there. There was a handoff to Jalen Hurts on the jet sweep, and he just almost ran into a swarm of Missouri defenders and just dumps it off pretty accurately to Damian Harris on the screen. 1st and 10. 3 guys wide left. I believe that's Hurts in the slot. Hurts is in the slot to the left side of Tagovailoa. He's going to throw it to Hurts. It's caught by Jalen Hurts. He can do more than throw out to the 10, and it'll be a 2nd and 2 coming up here. Trying to get cute and get Jalen Hurts into the game. Nice route. Good catch. I like what I see. Jalen Hurts. Now, I think this is a little early to try this out, but you know what? He's an explosive athlete, so screw it. Why not give Jalen Hurts into the ball game? Everyone at Alabama loves him. 2 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Man has the tight end to the right side of Tagovailoa. Harris to the right side as well. Hikes the ball back to throw. Tagovailoa looking in zone. He throws. Left side. It's incomplete. Driven out of bounds. Good coverage there as the catch is made out of bounds. Adam Sparks gets up there, climbs the ladder, and just gets it over. Adam Sparks was Devontae Smith, but Sparks just shoves him out of bounds and bats the ball away, too, before he could even get on the ground. So that's a great job there. 3rd and 3 coming up here for Alabama. 3 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Man to the left side of Tagovailoa is Damian Harris. Likes the ball back to throw. Tagovailoa delivers right side, and it's incomplete. Overthrows Jerry Jeudy on the fade, and Alabama's 4th and 3 to possibly take a 10-point lead right back. And a good job jamming Jerry Jeudy in the slot. Henry Ruggs trying to run that hitch and set it up. That was a good play call. A little bit of missed time play, if you ask me, as Mac Jones, the hold, Joseph Bullis, the kick, 26 yards. Snap good, kick on the way, and through. 13-3, Alabama finds themselves a field goal kicker. We'll be right back. Stay tuned as you got Bash CFB Network with the SEC football. Alabama 13, Missouri 3. Welcome back. This is a presentation of Bash CFB Network, bringing you SEC football. It's Missouri 3 and Alabama 13. With 2:13 to play in this first quarter, sending it deep is going to be Bulovis. This one's going to be short, caught at the 13. It was a fair catch here. It'll be at the 25. So wait, they're marking this one at the 27. I don't know what happened, but I think he took it up and took a knee. I didn't quite see that. But 53 total yards set for Missouri to Alabama's 197 so far. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left. Hikes the ball, play action, back to throw, rolling out to the right side is Locke. Throws, and it's dropped right out of the hands of Johnson. Jonathan Johnson cannot bring this one in. Went down with cramps last week. Here's a 2nd and 10 coming up here. Hikes ball. Here's a handoff left side, and it's going to be a nice run by Beatty. A gain of 12 and powering out to the 40 for a gain of 13. And it'll be a 1st and 10 coming up here for Missouri. Nice run here by Beatty. Receivers getting in the backfield as running backs. I thought I was crazy when I first saw that. And I'm like, I could have sworn it was a wide receiver, but I was right. Who knew? Who knew I could be right? Two guys wide right. Two guys to the left side as tight ends on the left hash for Drew Lock at the 40-yard line of Missouri. A pistol formation. Hikes the ball. Here's handoff again, Beatty. And Beatty's going to stiff arm and get taken down at about the 42. It'll be a 2nd and 8 coming up here. Pat Surtain is going to be on the tackle. Two for 7 tonight. 35 yards in the last 2 games and an interception in the last 2 games. 48%. 211 yards per game and 3 interceptions and no touchdowns. Hikes the ball here. Beatty again trying to get the edge. Beatty's got it out to 50, and Beatty is hit out of bounds at the 41. They're marking at the 42 by Deontay Thompson, and it'll be a 1st down here for Missouri as Beatty's going to stay in the game. Not as a running back, I don't think. Is he still at running back? I think Beatty's still at running back. Indeed he is. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left. Tight ends to the right side. Substitutions for Alabama. Hikes the ball. Here's another handoff to Beatty, right side. Beatty's going to get horse collar tackled at the 35, and I think we got a flag. I think it's going to be on Mac Wilson for that horse collar that I recalled. Yup. Horse collar tackle here. Mac Jones. And Mac Wilson. Mac Jones is a backup quarterback. Mac Wilson. Making a lot of mistakes right now. I don't know what it is. I think I'm just really tired. Beatty is listed as a running back. He's a speeder. As into the game. To the right side of Locke is a new running back, and that is Roundtree. 3 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. On the right hash mark, here's Locke. 12 seconds, hikes the ball back to throw. Locke looking right, Locke looking left now. He's waiting, trying to wave around receivers. In the end zone! Caught with 3 seconds, 2 seconds to play. Touchdown, Jalen Knox. Big touchdown for Missouri as they have a chance to go down 3 against Alabama to end the first quarter. What a big play by Jalen Knox. Snap good. Kick is good. Missouri has 10. And Drew Lock is pumped up. And we'll get this update. Iowa State in their blackout uniforms. David Montgomery running it in for a touchdown. 14-18 to play in the second quarter. That one's on FS1, 13-7. Iowa State leads the Mountaineers. Two seconds to play here in the first quarter. Only bringing 4 guys in a breakdown in coverage, but Locke had all day to throw. Here's the kick, and it is going to sail in the end zone for the touchback. Well, shoot. We will see Tua Tagovailoa hit the field again for the first quarter. Let's see if he gets a touchdown to end the first quarter, just like Drew Lock did. A big play. Both quarterbacks with a touchdown now. We expected a showdown of quarterbacks despite Locke really struggling through these first couple or these last couple of games. The first couple of SEC games with South Carolina and Georgia. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right with a man to the left side as the tight end is Hinges. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff to Jacobs to the left side. Jacobs waiting patiently, trying to get a gap, and Jacobs is going to get chopped down at the 27, and that'll officially do it for the first quarter. Second quarter, when we come back, this is Bash CFB Network bringing you a presentation of SEC football. Alabama 13, Missouri 10. Make sure you guys stay tuned for more college football action. Welcome back. As you know, the clarity at the top is really looking bad. So the first 6 games, first quarter score margin 17.5, only 3 tonight for Alabama. Here's Tagovailoa on second down and 7. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Najee Harris to the left side. Najee Harris has a hole, cuts it upfield, and gets a gain of about, I want to say 11 yards out to the 38. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up here for Alabama and Tua Tagovailoa. One of my favorite names to say right there. Tua Tagovailoa. So here we go. Hikes the ball back to throw. Throws over the middle. So wide open. Jalen Waddle who gets smacked at the 48 in a 1st down and 10 coming up here for Alabama. And roughing the passer on Terry Beckner for Missouri. Trying to protect. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't like that. It was right after he threw. Makes sense. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left. Means the left side in the backfield is Irv Smith. Hikes the ball back to throw. Throws over the middle. It's caught by Jalen Waddle when he's taken down at the 20. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up here for Alabama. Moving the ball at will. Jalen Waddle taken down there and preventing a touchdown was Cale Garrett, 8 for 14 tonight for Tagovailoa. Hikes ball. Here's a handoff to Najee Harris, who's forced out of bounds at the 15. Looking for a face mask call. No call. I'm very surprised by that. Some of these officials are good officials. But that officiating these last couple of plays just kind of got me a little on edge. Hirschbacher got lit up. Hirschbacher is a very good offensive lineman, too. Two guys wide left, one guy wide left, 2 guys wide right. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Damian Harris. Harris breaking tackle, and he will get taken down. Possibly got back to the line of scrimmage, but I think he was a yard loss. Hall on the stop here. Terez Hall, senior linebacker, big leader. 32 tackles, 2nd on the team. 2 sacks as well this season. 0 for 2 in terms of touchdowns to red zone possessions. 3rd and 5, and I think Alabama is calling the timeout. As they're reviewing a targeting call by Terez Hall. And he was falling to the ground, maybe by rule. There might be a penalty by rule. We'll see when we come back. Stay tuned. As Alabama has a big call that's possibly going in their favor with Terez Hall possibly targeting the running back Damian Harris. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is a targeting call for Therese. And by rule, Therese is ejected from the ball game. I don't know if I agree with it necessarily. In terms of if it was incidental contact, I don't think he should get punished for it. And he definitely not ejected. But rules are rules. You got to go with it. So here we go. First and goal. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Damian Harris getting a gain of about 1.5 yards out to the 6-yard line. Classic Big Ten matchup going on. That's on live on ABC. So definitely after this game, make sure you tune into that one, especially if you're an Alabama fan, possibly see what's going on around the country out there. I know a lot of Alabama fans will tune in and watch other games based on statistics of where the locations were, of course, north of the Oregon-Stanford game a few weeks back. 2 tight ends in the game, man in motion is Irv Smith Jr. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff, and it's Harris trying to drive towards the goal line, ticking down, I believe, at the 2. It'll be a 3rd and goal. Damian Harris a couple yards short of that end zone of that goal line. Alabama trying to get their first red zone touchdown of the ball game. Missouri trying to hold again, keep this one within 1 possession. And possibly try to take the lead next offense possession, but that is a little bit of a stretch. 2 yards they have to prevent Alabama from getting. Here. 6 seconds to snap the ball. I think Alabama's going to call a timeout. 3 guys wide left. No, they snap it back to throw. Tagovailoa steps up, throws over the middle, wide open. Touchdown, Irv Smith Jr. So here comes Bulovas to kick it and take another 10-point lead. Snap good, kick on the way, and through. Alabama's offense rolling, and this time they actually finish possession in the red zone. We'll be right back. Stay tuned as the Crimson Tide lead now again by 10. Bash CFB Network here. Welcome back as we have a 10-point ball game. Sending it deep to the right side, and it's fair caught by Beatty inside the 25, which leads to a touchback. So the main moment of the day. Miami last year had problems with Virginia this year. Virginia, pick 6 from N'Kosi Perry. What a return. Almost a pick 6. Sorry. Yeah, down at the 6. But what a return there. So here comes Locke again, catching a little bit of rhythm on the last drive. Let's see if he can continue that. Helped out by a good running game. Mario Crockett to the right side of the Mike's ball. Here's the handoff to Crockett, trying to get the edge. Crockett bouncing out to the left side and taken down around the 28-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 7 coming up here for Missouri. So Alabama players in Todd McShay's top 50 in the prospects. Jonah Williams is 10th. Deontay Thompson is 11th. Raekwon Davis is 16th. Damian Harris is 31st. That's first rounders right there. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff up the middle, getting out to about the 31-yard line is Damare Crockett. This sets up a 3rd and 4, but it is manageable, especially against a weaker defense that Alabama's had in the past. Let's see if I'm jinxing Missouri or if I'm going to be proven correctly for Alabama. 3rd and 4. Locke with 3 guys wide right in the man as a tight end to the left side on the left hash mark. Man motion going to the left side, wide out. Now 2 guys wide right. Hikes the ball back to throw. Locke pressured. Locke going to be sacked. The ball came loose. And it's still out. Alabama's got it. 1st and 10 inside the 15. Disaster for Drew Lock. And a big play for Alabama. Brock Purdy, by the way, having a game for Iowa State. Big issue. Drew Lock loses the football. And here's a 1st down coming up here. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Man to the left side. Tagovailoa. Back to throw. Throws quick, and it's going to be caught. Breaking a tackle. Devontae Smith didn't get in there. Touchdown, Devontae Smith from Tua Tagovailoa. And 2 turnovers by Drew Lock is essentially the catalyst to Alabama's 17-point lead if they can hit this field goal. Bulovas to make this a full 3-possession game. Snap, good. Kick is good. 27-10, just like that. Alabama taking over. So, really quick, Alabama is up 17 after a 3-point deficit to end the first quarter. But then again, Alabama Missouri was in a little bit of a hole, got out of that a little bit. But let's see. This game seems to be written already. It's just so hard to come back from 17 down against a team like this with an offense like this, especially, if your quarterback's going to turn over the ball twice like that. It's not Devontae, it's Devontae. But here's the kick by Bulovas. It doesn't matter. This one's going into the end zone for a touchback, but barely, as it almost went out of bounds. And an update in Ann Arbor. Shea Patterson keeping the ball and going for a long run out to the 40, 50, 40. And he's got a touchdown in the second quarter. That was the first play of the second quarter for the Wolverines of Michigan. 7-0 Michigan leads Wisconsin at home. 10:07 to go here in the second quarter. 5 minutes ago in game time, Missouri was just down 3. 3 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Man to the right side of Locke. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff, and it's going to be a good run by Roundtree. There'll be a 2nd and 5 coming up here. Larry Roundtree is going to be to the left side of Drew Lock. 3 for 8, 55 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 1 fumble for Drew Lock tonight. The senior quarterback, 2 big turnovers despite the big touchdown that he had. 3 guys wide right, hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Left side goes across the first down marker. Is going to be Larry Roundtree. There is a flag. I think it could possibly be on Missouri. In case Cook, the backup guard, getting called on a holding, the freshman offensive lineman. So 2nd and 15 coming up here. 9:20 to play in this second quarter. Man in motion, hikes the ball. Here's the toss out to Roundtree again, and Roundtree is going to get only a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 14. Last time they faced a very long 3rd down. Big throw by Locke. Barry Odom, 14 and 16 as the head coach at Missouri. 3rd and 14 coming up here. And jumping not into the neutral zone, though. Alabama's getting back. Very smart Alabama is, I've noticed, about trying to jump snaps. They always don't jump in the neutral zone, so if they don't get that jump, they can always get back in time. Makes the ball back to throw. Locke throws deep. Diving catch. Did he make it? It's caught. First down on the diving catch by Jalen Knox, the freshman wide receiver, stepping up. A couple of big catches by him. In between, as a big-time throw, in between Patrick Surtain and Deontay Thompson. A great throw and the best throw that Locke's thrown all night. One tight into the left side. Ike's ball. Here's the handoff to the left side. It's going to be a gain of 1 yard here for Larry Roundtree. It'll be a 2nd down and 9 coming up here for the Missouri Tigers. $7:50 and counting here as Locke calls the signals at the line. Trips to the right side of Drew Lock as he lines up on the left side of the field, but not quite to the hash. Left side of him is a tight end, and in the backfield in the pistol formation is a running back. I believe that is Larry Roundtree again. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Roundtree smacked in the backfield. 2-yard loss. It'll be a 3rd and 11. Nice play by Quinnen Williams up the middle, getting a big stop. The sophomore defensive lineman in the nose guard who lined up as the a defensive tackle here and just smacked him on the left hash. 3rd and 11 coming up here. Quinnen Williams from Birmingham, Alabama, the 6'4", 289 sophomore, showed a little bit of quickness and power there at the same time. 3rd and 11, 3 for 6 on 3rd downs, man in motion. 3 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Takes the ball back to throw. Lock. Plenty of time. Dumps it off. It's going to be caught. Roundtree taking down Larry Roundtree short of the 1st down. And I'll be very interested to see if Missouri goes for this one. I think they will. 4th and 3, maybe a little less, as they will punt it as the ball's out at the 46. Big tackle, though, by Sabian Smith. Corey Fatoni is the punter. Jalen Waddle is going to receive. Gets it off cleanly. And Waddle is going to catch this one at the 13-yard line for Alabama. And we'll be back. Stay tuned for more college football action on Bash CFB Network. Welcome back out here, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Alabama with the football. (27-10) here, second quarter. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff right side, and shoving forward is going to be Najee Harris, and getting near the first down marker, spinning forward now. It'll be a 3rd and 1 coming up here. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff again. Najee Harris getting that yard needed for a first down, diving forward. And it'll be a gain out to about the 31, I want to say, or 26, maybe. 26. It's at the 26-yard line. First down and 10 coming up here for Alabama. Tua Tagovailoa in the shotgun formation with them 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Hikes the ball back to throw. Tagovailoa pump fakes. He takes a shot deep. Got the man wide open. It's Devontae Smith. Caught 20. Down of bounds at the 17. Tua Tagovailoa strikes again with the perfect pass in stride to Devontae Smith, who's a wide open wide receiver. As I think Devontae Smith was hurt there. Devontae Smith. Sophomore from Amite, Louisiana, went to Amite High School, 6'1", 173. So he's decently tall. He's got decent height, not weight, as he's on his feet. He's on the Alabama sideline. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more college football action on Bash CFB Network. We are back here as Alabama hanging on to a 17-point lead, but Devontae Smith is going to the locker room. 100 receiving yards tonight for him. Hikes the ball. Here's a handoff right side. It's Damian Harris cutting it upfield, and Damian Harris is going to be chopped down at around the 15-yard line. It'll be a second down. Garrett on the stop there. Second and 7. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Hikes the ball, play action, back to throw. Tagovailoa throwing end zone. It's caught. Henches. Touchdown, Alabama. Flag down. Hold up. And it's holding on Alabama's Jonah Williams. And indeed, yeah, they got him on it. So here's 3:44 to play now in the second quarter. 2nd and 17 coming up for Tua Tagovailoa. Tagovailoa back to throw, looking left. Tagovailoa now dumps it off on the screen. It's going to be caught by Harris along the sideline. Harris got a blocker. Harris chopped down at the 5, but it's the first down and goal for Alabama. And Leatherwood is limping a little bit. The offensive lineman, that's key. But a nice play here. Ball at the 4. Hikes the ball. Here's a handoff up the middle. Nowhere to go. Ball at the 3, maybe 2.5-yard line for Damian Harris on the run. Garrett on the tackle again. Getting in there and getting very involved. Second and goal coming up here. .255 to play here in the second quarter. 27-10, Alabama with the lead. Ace formation with 2 guys split wide on each side of Tagovailoa. Play action, back to throw. Tagovailoa lofting it. End zone, batted away. Incomplete. A great play in coverage by DeMarcus Acey. And a 3rd and goal coming up here with 2:42 to play in the first half. A good place to put that ball. Trying to climb the ladder was Henry Ruggs, but just a little high. Batted away. But that was still a good throw. If anyone was going to come down with it, it was going to be Henry Ruggs. So still a good throw by the Heisman front runner. 3 guys wide left. Man to the right side as the tight end. Back to throw. Looking to the tight end. Up incomplete over the head of Irv Smith. Trying to get his 2nd touchdown. And it'll be a 4th and goal coming up here. Tagovailoa facing a blitz here, but nice coverage man-to-man. And Tagovailoa took a hit. But nice coverage nonetheless here by Joshua Bledsoe. So here's Bulovis. He's made 2 tonight. Alabama looks as if they found a kicker. Joseph Bulovis from 21 yards trying to hit this chip shot field goal. Mac Jones the hold. Snap is good. Kick good. 30-10. And We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more college football action on Bash CFB Network. Welcome back. Slow to get up was Tua Tagovailoa. So if that knee issue was an actual issue, we could possibly be seeing that be a little bit of a factor for Tagovailoa. 20 yards or 20 points separates us. Here's a touchback. The two teams here, 10-30 is the score. Alabama with the lead. 3 red zone field goals and 5 trips. Only 2 touchdowns. 1 fumble tonight for Tagovailoa, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 12 for 20, 265 yards. He's got that knee brace on. It's his planting leg. It's his right leg and what he plants with his right leg because he's a left-handed quarterback. Locke throwing right side. It's going to be caught. Yet again, it's Knox for a good catch. Out to the 42. So here we go. 1st and 10. Ike's the ball. And here's Beatty going to get swallowed up in the backfield. There is a flag. Two flags down. Let's see what it is. I think they're both against Missouri. Okay, so it's a face mask on Alabama, but I think they also got a chop block on Yasir Durant. And it is a face mask, but Paul Adams was called on the clip, not Yasir Durant. In a face mask, you'll be offsetting fouls. I think they're replaying them down then. 1st and 10, indeed. Yes, they are. Ball at the 42, 1st and 10. Nothing happened. We're just going to replay it, except a little bit of clock tick down. A minute 55 left to go. Clock is ticking for Drew Lock and company. One timeout for Missouri. 2 guys wide on each side of Drew Lock. Hikes ball. It's a low snap. Gets it off. Throws incomplete. I think he was inside the tackle box. I don't know why they didn't throw a flag, but he threw it away. Didn't know the flag. Started 2 for 7. Since then, now 4 for 5 for 69 yards and a touchdown. Derek Dooley in the booth. Second and 10 with a minute 41 to go. Hikes the ball back to throw. Lock stepping and throws. Is caught by Alberto. Alberto quick, but not out of bounds at the 47. It'll be a 3rd and 6. Ball on the 47. They need to get out to the Alabama 48 for a 1st down, and they probably need to get a touchdown on this drive if they want any hope. Trips to the left side. One guy wide right, man in motion now, going to make it 2 guys wide on each side of Lock on the right hash mark. Hikes the ball back to throw. Lock pressured from the left side. He's hit as he throws, incomplete. Christian Miller with the big pass rush off the edge. Adams mad about him not being able to pick up the block. And Yasir Durant was the guy who didn't pick up the block on Christian Miller. But both edges were really well played. As I think he's shaken up. So now with about a minute 23, you're probably going to get the ball back with about a minute 15. Jalen Waddle to return from Fatoni. Here's Fatoni getting the ball off. And this one's going to be down inside the 1. And a great job by Taven Ross. Top 10 shakeup yet again. The 2nd straight week we've had top 10 shakeups. A big game in the big house also tonight. And a brutal loss for Auburn against Tennessee today. That's kind of the headlines for today. So essentially Alabama just trying to get out of the shadow of their own goal post and get into the half. I think they're just going to have to sneak it ahead. Ace formation. 3 tight end set. Ice ball. Here's the handoff and nowhere to go. Stopped at about the 2. I think that's a little bit generous, but Tua kind of tripped up a little bit as he's handing the ball off. So it'll be 2nd 9. I think if you have to be smart, just sneak it ahead. Under center. 3 tight end set yet again. Hikes the ball. Here's another handoff. Damian Harris stopped. And I think that'll do it for the 1st half. I think Missouri is content with going into the half down 20. And that'll do it. Alabama at the half, leading this ball game by 20. We'll be back start of the 2nd half. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. This is Bash CFB Network. Stay tuned for more college football action in the 2nd half in Tuscaloosa. 30-10 lead, Alabama. The Alabama fans committing to try to stay to the end of this ball game as third quarter action is about to get underway. Here. As here's the kick, Missouri to receive the second half kick, and it's a fair catch by Beatty. I didn't even update the scores. 13-7. They hit 2 field goals while I was gone. Quentin Nordine. But yeah, Drew Lock not having a great game. Not bad, but not great. A little bit better than the game against South Carolina and Georgia. The games against South Carolina and Georgia. 2 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left here for Drew Lock. Hikes the ball. Here's the play action. Back to throw. He's going to throw underneath, and it's going to be caught. Albert Okwuegbunam is going to get a gain of about 6 yards before he's taken down by Dylan Moses, the true sophomore playmaker at linebacker, who's a very solid guy to watch, fun guy to watch, very athletic at the linebacker position. Second down coming up here for Missouri. Hikes the ball out of the pistol. Here's a handoff. Roundtree trying to get to the edge. Roundtree maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but I don't think he got there. I think he lost a yard. Williams on the tackle, and it'll be a third down coming up here, and about 5 yards to go for Missouri. Devontae Smith still walking around. He tried to come out, and Saban said no. 3rd and 4 coming up here for Drew Lock. So no Devontae Smith. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right, tight end to the right side. Okwuegbunam in motion, out to the right side, or the right hash in. Whistle's blown. There's a false start for Missouri. And this one's Paul Adams, who's had a very bad game today. So now we got 3rd and 9. Third and 9. 2 guys wide on each side of Drew Lock on the right hash mark. Man to the left side is Beatty. Hikes the ball back to throw. Lock stepping up. Throws. Beatty is going to get the catch out to the 29. Breaking a tackle, and he's taken down at the 27 as he went backwards a little bit. There'll be a 4th down. Mac Wilson with a sure tackle on Beatty. But Tony. Needing to punt it off to Waddle, who's staying on the left side, I think. He's the only guy deep. So the right side of Fatoni, left side from the defensive perspective. With about 13 minutes already eaten off this clock. Here's Fatoni to punt. He's going to drill this one to the left side, and it's going to take a bounce and just stop dead at the 27. Not a great punt for Fatoni. So the unexpected outcome, Tua Tagovailoa delivering that ball and just not quite getting it in the end zone. A little bit of overthrows in the red zone, and just 5 trips to the red zone, 3 field goals, only 2 touchdowns, 40% of the drives touchdowns. However, at least they're not turning the ball over in the red zone. Only 1 turnover with a fumble by Tua Tagovailoa. 2 running backs in the game, 1 on each side of Tagovailoa. Here's a handoff to Damian Harris. Harris is going to cut it back to the left side. Harris now up the middle. Harris has got a lane, and he's barely taken down by Garrett, who gets a 1st down for Harris. Almost had a big one. First down and 10 coming up here. 12.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. The score is 30-10 Alabama with all three timeouts of both teams. Alabama looking to improve to 7-0 here today. Man to the left side is in the backfield behind Tua Tagovailoa, and he's in motion. It's Jacobs. Now fakes the handoff, back to throw. Looking deep, taking a shot, and it's almost intercepted. It's just a little way overthrown here, but a little bit off of the hands of Joshua Bledsoe. I think he could have possibly got under that and tracked it down. Twelve for 21 here today for Tua Tagovailoa. Play action, back to throw. Tagovailoa throws, and it's another incompletion. Intended this time for Shavers. First time we're calling the freshman's name Tyrell Shavers. 3rd and 10. So that means since he missed 2 in a row, that means Tua Tagovailoa is due for a touchdown right here, right? Heisman front runner out here. 2 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Man to the right side is Irv Smith. Split out as a tight end, but in a wide out formation, or in a wide out form. Man to the left side is Harris. Back to throw. Tagovailoa stepping up. Tagovailoa is going to take off with it. He can't do it with his arm lately, but he can do it with his legs. And it's a first down for Tagovailoa. And he's not getting up. Tagovailoa is hurt. Tua Tagovailoa awkward on that knee. Tagovailoa went down kind of awkward when he went to slide. First time we've seen Tagovailoa run. As Jalen Hurts warming up, ready to come in. He's a backup and probably the most valuable backup in the country. Tate Martell has an argument. Of course, I'll say Justin Fields, but Jalen has been there before, unlike those other 2 players that I had previously mentioned. And Tagovailoa is jogging off that field. So he looks fun. And we'll be right back. Stay tuned as Jalen Hurts is to come into the game for Alabama. Welcome back as Tua Tagovailoa in the pop-up health tent for Alabama as they will punt. They were marked a yard short of the first down. So Skylar DeLong. Wow. Shanks it. And it bounces back and it's all the way out to the 40. Oh my goodness. Missouri ball at the 40. Shanks this punt and now Missouri's in business. Skylar DeLong has not had any game action since the Texas A&M game. 2 weeks. And September 22nd was the last time. It's almost been not necessarily a month, but close to a month. So here's the first down. Ike's ball. Locke back to throw. Locke taking a shot at deep right side, and Knox has it right through his hands. Incomplete. Savion Smith on the coverage for Alabama, and it'll be a 2nd and 10 coming up here. I think Missouri's getting a little bit too desperate. They had a little bit of success on the ground, not necessarily that much, and they've had more success in other games. But I think they're getting a little too desperate. I think they need to settle down, get the ball, have some balance continuing on this offense. They were able to move the ball a little bit against Alabama. 2 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left, tight into the left side. Ike's ball. Here's a handoff, stumbling forward and getting out to about the 43. This is Demarai Crockett. As Knox is a little shaken up. A little angry from it going right through his hands. Almost had him. Jalen Knox, the freshman. 2 guys wide right, 2 guys wide left. On the left hash mark for Drew Lock with the man to the right side is Demarai Crockett. Man in motion for Missouri. Hikes the ball back to throw. Lock stepping up. He's pressured. Lost the ball again, I think. No, he didn't. He hung on to it, but it is a sack for Alabama. Christian Miller and Bugs in there. And that will be a 4th and 15. Corey Fatoni onto the field. Jalen Waddle to return. Ball at the 36. Now Fatoni gets it off cleanly. And it's a short punt. That bounced right at the feet of Jalen Waddle. Took a bounce towards the favor of Missouri. And I think it was kick-catch interference by Missouri. And a big mistake here. I believe that was Tyree Gillespie. That might be Jalen Knox. No, it is Tyree Gillespie. 9:58 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for Alabama. Jalen Hurts under center. 1 guy has a tight end on each side, 1 wide receiver on each side. Ike's ball. Here's a handoff up the middle. Driving for it out towards midfield is Damian Harris. It's Tua Tagovailoa still in the tent. It's Diane Tagovailoa, the mother of Tua Tagovailoa, in the tent with him. 2 guys wide left in the pistol formation with 2 tight ends to the right side of Jalen Hurts. Man behind Jalen Hurts in the pistol formation is Joshua Jacobs. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff to the left side is Jacobs. Jacobs stiff arming and down just a yard short of that 1st down marker. Tackled there by DeMarcus Acey. And it'll be a 3rd down and 1 coming up here. Jalen Hurts, this is what you can see. 2nd in the school rank for touchdowns responsible. 3rd for pass touchdowns. 3rd for total offense. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. And Jacobs stopped a half yard, maybe even less inches short possibly of that 1st down marker. And I think they're going to give Alabama a 1st down. First downs to Alabama for Missouri's 8. Or against Missouri's 8. 1st and 10 coming up here for Alabama. You guys split out wide right now. Here's a technical pass. It's a pop pass to Henry Ruggs to the left side, and he's going to get a gain of 7. As Ruggs is now shaken up coming off the field. Offensive injuries starting to plague Alabama. First it was Devontae Smith, then it was Tua Tagovailoa, and now it's Henry Ruggs. Second and 3, under center is Jalen Hurts, ace formation. Nice ball. Here's the handoff up the middle, and it's going to be Joshua Jacobs getting a gain of 4. It'll be a 1st and 10. The pop-up tent is definitely taken right now. Seven and a half minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. 30-10 is the score, and number 1 Alabama leads Missouri. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Jacobs trying to get him chased down, and he's just almost broke that free out to the right side, gaining 7. And another big run, or not big, but a great run for Joshua Jacobs on a 1st down carry. As Jacobs is going to stay onto the field, but he's going to be split out. Okay, no, he's going back. Najee Harris and Joshua Jacobs are going to both be in the game here for Jalen Hurts. 26-2 as a starter. Shotgun formation, 1 guy on each side of Jalen Hurts in the backfield next week against Tennessee for Alabama. Here's a handoff to Najee Harris, who's blown up in the backfield for a big loss of maybe 6. 3rd and 9 coming up here for Alabama. So 3rd and 8 coming up. I'd be very surprised if Alabama does not throw the football here. 6 rushes to 1 pass. That 1 pass was the pop pass to Ruggs, in which Ruggs got hurt on. 3 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right on the right hash mark for Jalen Hurts. Hikes the ball, pump fake. Now throws a screen underneath and going to be stopped in that backfield. Conservative nature as the first grab of the night for Derek Keefe on a screen, and it'll be 4th down for Alabama. Here comes DeLong. Now, if I'm Missouri, I'm dialing up the block as Ruggs now going to the locker room to visit Devontae Smith. Joseph Bolivis is actually on the field to attempt a 52-yard field goal. His longest 47, 1 career attempt from 50-plus yards at Alabama. Snap good, kick on the way, hooked it left. No good. 3 for 4 for Joseph Bolivis, and now onto the field is going to be Missouri's Drew Lock, in a chance possibly for Missouri to gather all the momentum and take the air out of Bryant-Denny Stadium. Any chance that Missouri has of winning at this point is now. They got to score a touchdown. We'll be right back. Stay tuned for more college football action. Tua Tagovailoa, Henry Ruggs, and Devontae Smith out of the game. This is Bash CFB Network, SEC football. Welcome back out here, Tuscaloosa. 30-10 is the score. Alabama with a missed field goal, giving the ball to Drew Lock. Hands the ball off here to Beatty to the left side, and he's going to get stopped after a gain of 1. It'll be a 2nd and 9 coming up here for the Missouri Tigers, trying to pull off a big one. I'm trying to figure out. I don't have a thumbnail created nor a scoreboard set up. So if this game ends on time, which it doesn't look like it will, I might broadcast Colorado USC. I don't know. Pistol formation, 2 tight ends to the right side of Drew Lock. And timeout, Missouri. "30-second timeout for Missouri." So real quick, I'm going to try to identify this station. This is Bash CFB Network here with SEC football. 2nd and 8 coming up here for Drew Lock. 2 tight ends to the right side. Hikes the ball, play action, back to throw. Lock rolling out to his left. Lock having to throw on the run, out of bounds, incomplete. Intended there for Jonathan Johnson, it looked like. Third and 8 coming up here. Alabama now having to possibly go to their old Nick Saban method of winning defensively with no Tua Tagovailoa in the game. He's still in that tent. 3rd and 8. Lock in the shotgun. 3 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Man in motion is quick, but not at the tight end position. Back to throw, rolling out right again. So he left again and throws incomplete. And then 3 and out. Alabama's defense is just holding Missouri at a standstill. Jonathan Johnson was the intended receiver here. But I don't like the rollout to the left 2 times in a row. Try to keep Lock in the pocket. That's when Lock is at his best, is in the pocket. You spend a timeout on that drive, and you can't even get a first down out of it. That's very costly if you're Missouri. But Tony to punt, Waddle to return. Snap out, and here's the punt. Driving Waddle. Back, he muffs it! He's able to pick it up at the 13, but almost recovered by Gillespie. And we'll be right back for Alabama football. This is Bash CFB Network. You're watching College Football on Bash CFB Network. Welcome back to Tuscaloosa. I am so sorry for that ear raid that happened. But here we go. Here's a handoff, and it's going to be a decent run out to the right side by Najee Harris, a gain of 5. Tua Tagovailoa back out with the helmet on the field, or helmet on, but he's not on the field. One guy wide left, two guys wide right with the tight end to the left side of the pistol. Hikes the ball. Here's another handoff. Najee Harris has a lane. Najee Harris going to get brought down after a gain of about 9 or 10. Najee Harris, studio update. Shea Patterson keeps it into the end zone, sticks it across, 2-point conversion. Good. Michigan with a controlling lead, 21-7, and a little bit of moxie by Shea Patterson, arguably the best we've seen him play here tonight, and it's on the ground. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff left side. Najee Harris, stiff arm out to the 40-ish and forced out of bounds. Gain of 13 for Najee Harris. First and 10 coming up here. Tua Tagovailoa is out. Jalen Hurts is in the ball game. One running back to each side of Hurts. Two guys wide right, one guy wide left. Hurts back to throw. Hurts looking to take a shot deep. Lofts it. Caught! Jerry Jeudy! The ball was stripped out possibly. There is a flag. And it might be coming back. Offsides on Chris Turner. And it was caught by Jeudy. He wrestled to the ground before it was taken out of his hands. Yep. 2:20 left to go. 3 catches, 447 yards, and a touchdown. 49 yards per reception. Now here's the handoff to Najee Harris, who's not going down easy. Gain of 5 out to the 10-yard line. It'll be a 2nd and 5 coming up here for Alabama, ticking down to about 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. And Missouri starting to get in desperate times right now. Hurts in the pistol. One tight end to each side of Hurts. One in the backfield to the right side of Zerv Smith. Two guys wide right on the left hash. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. Najee Harris makes a cut. Najee Harris stiff arming and won't go down easy, but he's taken down near the line of scrimmage with a flag down on the field. Now here comes Henry Ruggs as well. 2 receptions for 13 yards tonight. As here comes Ruggs. Second and 15 coming up here. 1:25 to go here in this third quarter. 2 guys split out wide right. They are just wide. They are tight to the line of scrimmage on the left hash. Hikes the ball back to throw. Hurts looking right. Now he's looking back. Now he's looking to take off. There goes Hurts. And he's out to about the, 16-yard line. And it'll be a 3rd down and about 11. Virginia 13, number 16 Miami 6 in the fourth quarter right now. Keeping an eye on that one. During the breaks, I'm going to start setting up a scoreboard for Colorado USC, just in case I decide to do that game. If we do that in time. 1,960 yards rushing for Jalen Hurts. 2nd in school history as a quarterback. Man in motion is Jerry Jeudy. Back to throw. Pressure coming now. Here goes Hurts yet again. Hurts tucks it down at the... Did he get the first? Out at the 6.5-yard line. A 4th and 1. That should take us to the start of the fourth quarter. And a nice block there by Jonah Williams. And Alabama's going to go for it. I don't think they're going to get the... Oh! Timeout, Missouri. They weren't quite set. Let's see if Alabama still goes for it. That's their second time out of the half. We'll be back. 12 seconds to go. Third quarter. Welcome back. 4th and 1, Alabama. Under center is Jalen Hurts. Man to the left side as the tight end in motion is Irv Smith. Now he's going to line up as a fullback. Here's a handoff. Damian Harris stuffed at the line. He didn't get it. Big stop by Missouri to near the end of the third. Missouri football. They only have a timeout left, but they have a little life. I do not think he got there. Big stop by Missouri. It looked to me like Damian Harris on the right side, when he cut it up, was going to get that first down, and he just was stood up. Here is Missouri. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Lock. Play action. Back to throw. Out of zone, in zone. Pumped. And a safety. Alabama sacks Lock for a safety. That ends the third quarter. 32-10. Just like that. Big mistake by Drew Lock. Alabama football up 22 after the safety to end the second. As here is the kick from the 20 following the safety. And taking it from the 10 out to the right side goes Jacobs. And Joshua Jacobs out to the Missouri 41. And he's stopped. Big return. And Alabama has really sealed this ball game without the offense playing at their highest caliber today. So here's shotgun formation. Jalen Hurts back to throw, left side, and it's going to be caught by Henry Ruggs on the quick little curl. And now Missouri has a player down, Christian Holmes. Cramping up, I think it is. And we'll be back up here. This is Bash, CFB Network. Welcome back. Score here 32-10, Alabama football. Jalen Hurts, 2nd and 3. In the shotgun, hikes the ball, play action, back to throw, throws over the middle, and it's a little low and behind Jalen Waddle, incomplete. 3rd and 3. Alabama football. $22-point lead for the Alabama Crimson Tide in the 4th quarter. 2 guys wide left, 1 guy wide right. Man as a tight end to the right side. In motion goes Jalen Waddle. Now Damian Harris to the left side. Hurts back to throw. Hurts stepping up, throws deep ball. It's caught! Henry Ruggs inside the 5. 1st and goal, Alabama. And a nice throw by Jalen Hurts, standing nice in the pocket in man-to-man coverage because of the blitz. And a great throw as Gillespie saves a touchdown here at the 3-yard line. 6 red zone trips, I believe it is. They missed out on a touchdown on one of them. Man in motion. Hikes the ball. Here's Hurts, isolated to the left side. And can he get there? No. He's forced out of bounds at the 2. Trying to go left side on the quarterback sweep. Tackle there by Grayson. Flying all over the field. I'm very impressed here with Cale Garrett. He's flying all over the field today. Hikes the ball. Here's Damian Harris trying to jump over, and he bounces off the would-be tackler. And bounces outside to get in. Touchdown, Damian Harris. 13 rushes for 57 yards. Not a great night for Damian Harris, but he sticks it in the end zone. And Alabama with their first points of the second half. Bolivis with the extra point. Snap good, kick good. 39-10 Alabama. I'm going to go ahead and keep getting the scoreboard set up for Colorado and USC. We'll be right back. That's why you guys are seeing me zoom out, because I'm editing. Welcome back as Alabama singing Dixie Land of Light here tonight. As a fair catch called for Missouri, and it'll be out at the 25 for Locke. 39-10 is the score, Alabama. Purdy to Deshaunte Jones, 28-14. Another possible top 10 upset. AP poll had Washington, Penn State, Georgia all in the AP top 10. It looks like we could see another one with West Virginia. I also had those teams in the top 10. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff, and it's going to be a nice run here by Larry Roundtree on this carry. And 13:20 to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd and 2 coming up here for the Missouri Tigers. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff again. And suplex. Taken down in the backfield. I think he did get forward progress though at the line, but man, he was ripped out. So a lot of shifting. Number 2 loses. Number 7 and 8 loses in the AP poll. Number 6 trails. But even what's crazier than that, Ohio State, number 3, struggled against Minnesota. Notre Dame struggles against Pitt and Baylor. struggles against Texas. UCF, they all struggle. And Alabama didn't have a pretty night either. Here's his jet sweep out to the left side. Got space, barely tripped up at the 40-yard line. As on that sweep, a good carry for Jalen Knox, the freshman. First and 10 coming up here. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff, and it's going to be Larry Roundtree out to the right side, getting near the middle of the hashes, a gain of 3 yards. Second down now, and 7 yards to go. Locke with a very bad night against this Alabama defense. Hikes the ball back to throw. He's going to throw right side, and it's going to be caught for a gain of 4. First time we're going to call Kendall Blanton's name here tonight. 3rd and 4. Or 3. 3rd and 3 coming up here from Missouri. $11:25 to go for Missouri. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff, and Roundtree trying to get that first down, and it's marked at the marker for a first down. Late flag, though. I think it's going to be on Raekwon Davis for a little extracurriculars that Nick Saban won't be happy with. Indeed it is. That's a little much. Absolutely going after Pendleton. Nick Saban pulls him out. Five penalties for 53 yards for Missouri compared to Alabama's 4 penalties for 45 yards. So the penalties that Alabama's had for the most part were costly. And the final timeout for Missouri has been called. We'll step aside. This is Bash, CFB Network, bringing you this presentation of SEC football. We'll be right back. Welcome back here in Tuscaloosa. First and 10 coming up here from Missouri at the 35-yard line of Alabama. Hikes the ball back to throw. Here's Drew Lock. Pressure. Lock's going to sling it and incomplete. Nowhere really near the intended receiver, Knox. So second and 10 coming up here for Locke. One guy wide on each side. Tight end on one side to the right side. Hikes the ball. Here's the handoff. And now here's Roundtree breaking a couple tackles and diving forward to get a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Third and 8. 3 guys wide right, 1 guy wide left. Lock in the shotgun. Lock. Hikes the ball. And here's Lock to keep it, and he's tripped up at the behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1.5 yards. Mac Wilson getting this sack here. Under 10 minutes left to go for Alabama. Trying to hold and get to 7-0. Two guys wide on each side. 4th and 9 for Drew Lock. Hikes the ball. Barely gets a snap. Throwing. Caught. Did he get to the sticks? Stop short. That's 4th quarter. I'll never change that. I was too focused on the scoreboard. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this one early so I can focus on this other game that I want to get started. Thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Alabama is well on their way to 7-0. Despite what happens right here on this play, thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate it.